Welcome to the Intuitive Teacup, my friends. These tarot readings are meant to motivate, empower, and inspire you. Please keep an open heart and an open mind as you watch these general readings, as some material will resonate and some might not. Do have faith it is serving someone out there, and take away only what resonates for you. Please release the rest. Feel free to book a personal reading with me if you would like something catered specifically to your inquiries and energy. That information is down below for you. You are responsible for all actions and decisions and the vibe that you bring to this channel. This is optional advice or guidance, and of course, you will always have free will. Check the box below for my social media links, the decks I use, and more information on this channel. Let's hop into your tarot reading. What is up with my rockstar Leos? Happy New Year, guys. We made it. We made it through 2020. All right, first half of this tarot reading will be love, romance, messages of that sort. I'm going to read for romantic love, not platonic love, but know that sometimes you can change the storyline just a tad to make it work for your family dynamic, so be open to that if you would like. Second half, career, money, and finances. Here we go. We're going to read for Leo. I hope this video finds you guys well. Tell me about Leo's love life, messages they need to hear in the month of January 2021. Timeline of manifestation is up to you. I almost called you Scorpio. Are you dealing with a Scorpio? Leo, timeline is up to you. Here are the messages. So, moving away from something that brought you a lot of, I heard discord. I don't even know that I know that word. Disharmony, really, is sort of what I was going to say. Disappointment, all the dis. Were you dissed, Leo? The Fool energy is moving away from it. And the thing is, it's moving away from it without this doom and gloom of, I'm almost like Eeyore energy, like, the one that got away. That's not you. I think you may have been in a phase of, shoulda, coulda, wouldas, woe is me, or total eclipse of the heart, all these kind of silly phrases. And I don't mean to be insensitive at all. I hope it didn't come off that way. But we all go through periods of just like, I am down on my luck and I'm not feeling it. I think most of you have already been through this, or you're bridging the gap, right? From what has been spilled to what can be gained from this. What can be gained is finding your footing and having a new outlook on love, on life, having gained some sort of perspective by going through those uncomfortable emotions and sort of taking stock of what went right, what went wrong, what you're going to do differently, and understanding ultimately, what's super important here is that not all is lost. Even though this felt very brutal or very disheartening or very saddening or feeling that sense of rejection and loss, you really did go through it for a reason, because there's something to be gained emotionally, even spiritually with cups, about this sort of lesson from the universe, and it is setting you up for future success. Some of you are going to connect with an Aquarius, and I'm hearing it's going to be wild. So maybe it's very passionate and romantic, or maybe they're just, I hate to overuse the cliche, but in kind of, it's a Uranus, the planet Uranus card, which rules over Aquarius. It's a little bit kooky. It's a little bit different. It's a little bit eccentric. It's, it's different. It shakes it up in a way that it's very exciting. And so that's what it could mean in terms of it's wild, it's different, it's exciting. It doesn't have to be an Aquarius, it might be an Aries or a Scorpio. A lot of you may be detaching from an Aries or a Scorpio, kind of that Mars energy. You're headed into something where it's going to be very fun and it's going to be very playful, and I'm almost getting flirtatious. So this might actually be somebody that you already know, but you haven't moved it forward into anything yet, but it seems very fun and lighthearted and flirtatious. Somebody in this scenario may already have a child. Or it's saying your pet, your dog is your baby. You're like, I don't know why that's coming through, but it is with the Fool. It always shows the little dog there. So if it's not a literal child, it's like you got a pet that it's like your little baby. You take it everywhere with you. And I don't know why that's coming through, other than, maybe you really love animals and this person has a really fun, cute dog that you get to take on walks together or something like that. So it's very fun. It's very playful. It's innocent. It's like, this is something new, and you're not diving in head first of, oh my God, it's my soulmate. It's like, you're kind of taking it easy and you're enjoying it for what it is. The thing is, it's so different from what you were going through in the past. This is like, thank God I can breathe again. This feels like you were gasping for air, gasping for breath, wanting just to I'm not even going to say put it like, it's not that you were looking for a quick fix. Like, I just want to love anybody because I don't want to feel this way. I think something about you, Leo, intuitively, you understood, like, there's like a mourning process here of understanding that I lost something and coming to grips with the fact that, okay, if, God, universe took it away, then I guess it wasn't meant to be. I'm not going to question the divine, right? I'm not going to question their plan for me. I'm going to be like, okay, let me come to grips with it, come to terms that this is the scenario presenting itself. So rather than fight against it, I'm going to be like, okay, show me the way, universe. I'm here. I'm ready. I'm showing up. I'm listening. This is very optimistic. So I guess what I'm saying, Leo, is if you are not feeling that way now, understand that is what's in store for you in the coming month or so. So there is more reason to be optimistic and hopeful here than not, okay? Let's see here. So for some of you, there's an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. They're interested in you. I'm sort of getting, they see you parading around and they might be confused if you're single or taken. So I'm sort of hearing the phrase, you're barking up the wrong tree. I think there's an earth sign interested in my Leos, but my Leos, however you want to say it, you guys are trying to bust through a door that is locked. And in metaphor, this is what I'm seeing with my cards. So if you're in the middle, which that's definitely you, though you may be other people in this storyline too, depending on whatever your circumstance, you're in the middle, you have that like wreath of victory, of celebration, you're leading the charge, there's a parade of celebration and victory, right? We like the Six of Wands. It's very triumphant, it's very proud, it's very bold, it's very confident and courageous. There's an Earth King that you may be moving away from for some of you, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. If you don't know who this is, I also feel like there might be an Earth sign interested in you, but you're trying to bust through this door that is locked. It's like, do you see how there's a gatekeeper? It's like, I don't know, it's something like I'm coming through, I'm coming in, and universe is like, I'm going to throw an obstacle at you. And I don't mean to laugh, I don't mean to be silly, but whatever this is again, having faith in the divine that, okay, if universe is giving me an obstacle and a block, maybe I should about face, because for some reason universe is telling me this pathway that I'm headed triumphantly towards or confidently towards, there's going to be some delay there. So rather than just standing outside the post waiting for the gatekeeper to let you in, about face, because look, you got an Earth King who's right there. Sorry, I should show it to you like this. Right behind you, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. It could be male or female. For a lot of you, it's very likely a male. So what's behind door number one, right? Whatever you're headed towards, this may be your career. This could be trying to get to your family. This could be trying to get to, I don't know, something with education or college. I'm hearing you may be going back to school or trying to complete some sort of certificate or degree. Behind this door, there are options. So if this is at all about third party type stuff, and I'm not necessarily saying infidelity third party, but kind of your classic tarot story where I like this person, they like that person, and that person likes me. If we could only understand that it's someone else who's given you eyes, it would make this easier. That's sort of what I'm getting. It's like you got your eyes on this person, only the reason why this is not taking off is because very likely for a lot of my Leos, your person has two options and they haven't decided who they want yet. A Capricorn or an Aries may factor into this, as well as a Sagittarius, especially on the side of I don't know who I'm going to choose yet. And this is very likely you as well too, Leo. You may also have two options. So that's what I mean. You can try and bust through the door, but and do keep in mind this is a monthly reading. Energies change, right? Energies will change and fluctuate. So this isn't a death sentence, right? This is just saying in the current energy, the current vibe, right? Even if you were to get past the gatekeeper, and this is of course in metaphor, your guardian angel's like, wait, hold, and if you choose to march right past them, despite sort of the warnings or the red flag, I'm not saying it's going to be excruciating. I think there may be a heavy sigh or a pause or almost like a moment of disappointment. And I don't know why I'm seeing this, but I'm seeing that kind of cheesy thing of someone like kicking rocks, like, oh man. Because the oh man is like, I'm coming in, like I'm coming in hot. Only you do to talk to your person, you realize, oh shit, they have someone else. Or do you know what I mean? Like, I could even see this as you trying to look up someone either at work or someone from your past, college, high school, on like social media, and it's like for some reason you had trouble finding them, and then you do, and then you look up their profile like, oh, they're married. That's sort of what I mean, but here's the thing, this is not a death sentence. This is not like my life is over. Though you may view it as that initially, you're going to get over it very quickly, because when you see, oh, the universe was telling me not to go that route for a reason, when I literally about face, right? 180, turn around. I said the same thing to Cancer. You guys are always showing up in each other's readings. You're going to see, oh shit, there was a king right behind me the whole time. That, the name king, that could be someone's last name, or that might be significant. It could be someone's address, king. Sometimes I hear words and I get like little pings that's important. So something about the king. So again, it could be an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. It could be someone who's very, financially astute. Is that the right term? Someone who's good with their money. It could be, I know this is a very bizarre message. There could be some connection to your father. This could be someone you met via your father, or if your father's, best friend's son or daughter. Do you understand what I mean? There's some connection where your father may kind of know who this person is, or they're like a link in the chain of, 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, something with your father. Anyway, and again, this is saying to me, this might be a person who already has a child from like a divorce. So just keep that in mind. All right. So, see, I feel like a lot of you have already been hit with a tower moment. Some of you may have already tried to bust through this metaphorical door and you quickly got your ass handed to you, right? I don't say that to be a jerk. I'm just saying there was some reason why universe was like, nope, we're not going to do that. And I think a lot of you chose to do it anyway. And then it was like, oh, that didn't go well. So here's the thing. You're walking away from it from a place of empowerment despite the disappointment, because you understand you have this new perspective on, when the universe sends me signs about this, whether it's yay or nay, I'm going to listen this time and I'm going to kick ass this time. It's like you're getting yourself back out there and your vibe is really high. It's really positive. So I am sympathetic in that and compassionate. I understand some of you guys went through something that was very disheartening, but you're still coming out on the other end. Like, you're still alive. You're still thriving. You're still kicking. And it's going to improve, but you need to learn the lessons of when the universe says, no, probably not that one, and you choose to do it anyway. You're going to repeat the same karmic lessons, okay? All right, tell me a little bit more about this Earth King, and then we'll do one more quick love reading, and we will then do career and finances. There might be a victory with an Earth King, a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, possibly another Leo, and Aquarius. I do see something with the wild Aquarius, and I think it's in a good way. I don't necessarily think it's wild like, oh, it's dangerous, like they make me nervous. It's not that. It's like two wild and crazy guys, right? My same-sex couples, maybe. That's like an SNL reference, isn't it? I don't know. Dan Aykroyd, Steve Martin. Actually, Steve Martin is an Aquarius, so hey, I'm not saying you're gonna date Steve Martin. I'm saying it's a confirmation for some of you. Maybe you were watching SNL last night, right? Anyway, doesn't matter. I just want some of you judge me hardcore. Like, did this bitch just tell me I'm going to be dating Steve Martin? Like, click off. No, that's not what I'm saying. But hey, if you end up connecting with Steve Martin, that wouldn't be the worst, I suppose, right? Anyway, I kid. Okay, so there's mutual passion. There's sparks of flirtation going back and forth, again, with your earth sign, possibly another fire sign as well. Sagittarius, Leo, Aries. Earth and fire are looking really good in this spread right now. Someone who's, and again, Aquarius, someone who has a big humanitarian vibe to them. They like to give back. They like to give their time and their energy to the community, to their spiritual group, to, I've been saying this a lot. It's funny, in Capricorn season, there's a huge message about raising funds and donations and food drives and clothing drives to like get stuff together for people who are really in need. That could be you as well. You may be leading some charge on like a humanitarian effort. In fact, that might be where you interact with this person or meet this person. It could be that this person really respects your drive and ambition to spread like warmth and goodness in the community or whatever it is. And you also may go to someone for some sort of loan or financial aid or something, and I wouldn't necessarily mix business with pleasure, but I'm just going to be honest. I see it happening. There could be something where someone it's not like prostitution, Leo. Why are you giving me all these weird metaphors? But essentially it's like your financial advisor. It's like you go and meet with them to discuss your taxes or your financial streams of income, and you're like, so what are you doing after work? Like, that's what I see. It's someone who works with money for a living. They're a banker, a financial advisor, or whatever. It could be someone you're talking to about student loans, or I don't know, Leo. It doesn't matter. It's got good vibes on it. What else? Anything else I need to tell Leo? Should we try a new message? Who are you fighting with? Some of you are fighting with your siblings, and universe is like, can't we all just get along? Can we just make peace? Especially your Cancer. Some of you are fighting with a Cancer. they might be a little bit selfish or holding back, or you may get into fights with someone about money a lot. Money, income, what you're buying, what they're buying. It's probably someone you live with or share a space with. It could even be your roommate or something. You're having tiffs about money, and like I heard products. So maybe it's your coworker, your business partner, there's fights about money. So the Hangman says wait, because King of Pentacles, because you guys are kind of meant to work together. I saw Queen of Pentacles and King of Pentacles, so that to me is like husband, wife, mother, father, and even same-sex couples. It's something about the earth pairing, right? If we're removing gender from it, it's the King and Queen of Pentacles have the same priorities. They have the same goals, but it could be that you're very similar and that's why you're arguing a lot. That could work if you want to, if you want to invest more in that person. And I did see the Chariot, which is about Cancerian energy. There could even be a confrontation or an argument about travel plans, because the Chariot is almost like the car, or it could be about car payments or car loans, or maybe somebody smashed the car, and I mean, God forbid, right? I'm not necessarily predicting that. There's arguments about a car or a vehicle. Again, very likely with a Cancer or an Earth sign, a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. It can even be your mother, right? If it's not between mother and father, though you may be in the middle, you may be the ping pong ball who's like, as I said, can't we all just get along? You may not be involved in the fight directly, but you may kind of be in it because of the energy. So I think you will work through it. Yeah, but you actually need, I'm hearing the word mediator. So you may be the one to help bring peace and harmony to the balance of the situation. It's very likely a family dynamic, or your roommates are fighting or something of the sort. Can't we all just get along? Yeah, I think you probably can, but it's going to take a little bit of effort to do that. Someone you're dating or romantically involved with is being very greedy and very selfish, or doesn't agree with your desire to raise funds or money for the whole humanitarian story. I keep seeing that, and someone is like, I feel like we should save it, and you're like, no, this is for charity. I don't know, there's some argument there. Could be with your Pisces as well. Let's do one quick love message and we'll move on. Completely new love message for Leo. What's coming in for my Leos in love? Ooh, those came right out. Decisions with your Pisces. Your Pisces might be juggling you with someone else. Some of you are involved with someone who's married, especially a Pisces or an Aries. So between you, Leo, Pisces, or Aries, somebody in the scenario might be married, but there's like the secret third party. I don't dig this vibe at all. I got to be honest. Some of you are debating having children, and some of you just got news that you're having twins, especially Capricorn twins, so you would be very pregnant. Like they would be due out very soon because we're in Capricorn season. Some of you are pooling your money together with your Pisces to save up for a wedding. Some of you, there was a divorce because you found out there was infidelity. And I'll be honest, Leo, it could have been your person. For some of you, it was you. I do see that in the cards, especially with a Scorpio as well. Don't jump to conclusions, though. Like, these are messages, like random hits. They're not going to be for everyone. So just because you're dating a Scorpio doesn't mean they're cheating on you, right? You need to dig in deeper and see if it's actually your story. So if you did go through a very messy divorce or a very messy ending, some of you may have even lost your spouse, and this could have been years ago, but it's saying energetically you're still having you're carrying around the sorrow. You need to refocus on yourself and your spirituality and how you wish to grow and develop as an individual spiritual human being. Whether you're married or divorced or single or whatever your situation is, ultimately you're put on this earth to grow as an individual spirit. Certainly you will collaborate and collide with many different beings on this earth, but there's something about realigning to your soul's purpose and understanding that when you're going after whatever it is that you love to do or what you want to do, you will naturally kind of network with like-minded people, and there's a very good chance at you. I'm almost getting hitting the jackpot in romantic options. It doesn't mean you should act on all of them, but especially if you're just I'm hearing the word bare minimum. It's like you're exhausted in love. You feel like it never works out for you. I feel like this is saying realign to your soul's purpose, because I'm hearing all these weird terms. You catch more bees with honey. Think about raising your vibration. If you're constantly in the sads, right, feeling the feels and they're not good feels, then you got to raise your vibration. You have to find a way to make yourself happy and healthy. You need to take care of your body, exercising, eating right, working out, whatever that is for you. Some of you do have a water sign coming in, and again, I'm wanting to say Scorpio, maybe a Cancer or a Pisces. This is a card of Aquarius as well, which was the first card out, right, with that Fool energy. Again, I'm being called to say someone who's a little bit off kilter. They're a little bit wacky. They're a little bit different. They're eccentric, but it's something something that you are attracted to. It's not something you're like, ugh, no thank you. You're like, ooh, that's interesting. And it's like you're energetically, it's like a magnet. It's like you're drawn towards it. There's definitely potential there. Some of you, it feels like you're with someone who's very controlling. There's almost like this teacher, professor type energy to them where it's like they're trying to school you. You feel like they almost have like, interesting. So I don't mean this to sound harsh, but it's almost like a daddy complex. You may have grown up with a father who was very, very demanding or very, I'm even going to say conceited. And, accidentally you're repeating karmic cycles because you ended up dating someone who's very controlling. Something like that. I think universe is saying, can you please detach from that? If it doesn't feel right. But I'm almost the way this person is like really, do you see that like intense gaze? Like, don't do this, don't do that. That's not how we spend our money. How dare you do this? For some of you, universe is like, God, what a buzzkill. Not only that, but it's lowering your vibe. It's like you're absorbing their negative energy. This person may have addiction issues, particularly drugs or alcohol or something. Also, though, codependency, which I don't think you would expect. Oh, this is actually a very heavy kind of gross message, but it's almost like they get off on feeling like they're punishing you. I'm not into that at all. So if that is by all, or if it all means that resonates for you, I really feel like Spirit is asking you to detach from that in a safe way, because I am sort of getting that could turn very sour if you don't nip it in the bud. And by nip it in the bud, I don't necessarily mean try and change this person. That's up to them. That's their own spirit path. But you shouldn't be an accomplice in them being like a very domineering energy in relationships. It's very oppressive. I don't like that energy at all. And then you also have possibly a Virgo or another earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Slow but steady movements in dating. So I don't think this is going to take off hot and heavy, but let's see. I think universe is saying go to jobs and money. So let me finish this off in love, and then we'll do career. Some of you have an ending with an Aquarius, but you're also going to have a new Aquarius coming in, or a Pisces. I'm seeing something about cleaning or dusting your house. Okay, so you may be inviting this person over to your home or your apartment for the first time. And it's, I gotta be honestly, I'm sort of getting the vibe it's a mess. Like there's stuff everywhere. It's like, maybe just, Capricorn season, tidy up a bit. Get everything a little bit organized, right? And, put your best foot forward. Make a good first impression. It's not about being superficial. It's about being your authentic self. But, tidy up. You'd appreciate that too, right? If you were visiting someone's place. This is also a message, too, about your domineering person. It's almost like they treat you like the maid or the help. It's like, cook my meals, do my laundry, and this doesn't sound very Leo-like to me. So I'm thinking for some of you, this might be this might be for the cross-watchers about your low-vibing Leo. Because, there's something almost like I'm the king of the castle, king of the jungle, Leo. So it might go both ways, but I'm almost getting this like, ooh, yeah, that's probably not a good choice for you. Like that person's dealing with a lot of their own bullshit and baggage. So maybe let that one go and understand the universe has something in store for you. You have not been forgotten. Look at that sexy Aquarius. I'm just saying, Leo, do you like the Aquarius? Do you know who this Aquarius is? Because there's good vibes. It could be an Aquarius who's actually in the limelight, too. It could be someone who's like trying to be an actor or a singer or a dancer or something of the sort. Or in the public eye, maybe they give speeches. Maybe they give lectures to, I don't know, maybe they have a YouTube channel. There's something about this person might be in the public eye. And you two could collaborate together. I'm hearing like clean up your mess. I think that's essentially saying if you're just out of something that's very taxing on your emotions, give yourself the luxury of time. Just give yourself a second to breathe and mend your heart and heal from it. That's really what this is. It's a star. Star is the star of healing, of hope, of divinity. Realign to your spiritual path. Have faith there's something good out there for you. Then you can come in and be very triumphant and know that you beat the shadow side. You beat the part of yourself that was really in that Five of Cups energy. Like you're going to come out on top. This is you. You're there. It's saying don't rush the process because I think you're going to get in over your head. It's like a hurricane, right? You need to acknowledge that there was the tower and kind of clear the smoke before you start to build with someone else. That's why this is off to a slow start, possibly with your earth sign, your Sagittarius. Again, earth and fire are huge here. And I have a little bit of everything. Like I said, I have a little Pisces, a little Cancer, a little Scorpio, Aquarius. I have no Gemini or Libra. So in the current spread, I don't see that. It doesn't mean it couldn't be in the future, okay? Yeah, again, center of attention, eyes on you. Somebody may give you roses or flowers on a first date, and I see you hanging out with this person's pet. Like maybe you guys go to the dog park together, or I don't know. This seems lovely. That's the term I'm hearing. You guys are just like drinking some wine together. Maybe you're going to take a little honeymoon getaway by the beach, or rent a cabin in the woods, or do something where it's you guys are bonding, and the thing is you're building the solid foundation, but I don't see this being like engagement, wedding instantaneously. It's like, give it time. Don't try and force all the pieces together if they're not ready to. Have faith. Let it be organic, right? Let it come together organically. Don't rush the process, because that's going to make it messy. Button up, clean yourself up, girl. Get it together. And I mean that in a loving way, of course, but once you feel confident in yourself and you're ready to put yourself back out there, the universe is like, okay, I'm ready too. Like, they will align you to the person who's good for you, but there's something about sort of decluttering your life or your romantic partners. It's like skeletons in the closet, dealing with that thing that you don't want to deal with. I think when you do, there is huge reward for you on the other end, Leo. Okay? All right, and I lied. That's a card of Gemini. So, hey, maybe you got a Gemini. I wouldn't say this is the most positive card, but, hey, to each his own. Let's talk about your money. How am I doing for time? Oh, my sweet Lord. All right, let's talk about money I almost called you Aquarius. You got a lot of energy. You got a lot of cross-watchers, Leo. I think that's what's going on. For my Leos, Leo, we're going to use Friends Tarot. How appropriate, because I believe 3 of the friends were Leos. I think Lisa Kudrow, Matt LeBlanc, and I think Matthew Perry are all Leos. I'm not positive, so you're going to have to fact check me on that, but I'm pretty sure. Jen Aniston was an Aquarius. Courtney Cox is a Gemini. Oh, and that David Schwimmer, Scorpio vibes. Ross is my favorite. But yeah, I'm pretty sure 3 of them were Leos. Why am I telling you this? I don't know, because I'm rambling. That's why. Let's talk about your money. Sorry, guys. All right, so there's an offer coming your way, but I'm not sure you want it. You're very... I don't think defensive is the right term. Suspicious. That's the word. It's like you get a job offer. You're like, So I think you're weighing out the pros and cons. It's almost like you would have to sacrifice something to take this job. It could be travel, something about mountains, or going somewhere where it's very cold, it's very icy. And for others of you, it's Hawaii. I don't know why I'm hearing Hawaii, but I am. Why wouldn't you want to move to Hawaii? But no, because cost of living, right? There's something, that's what I mean. There's some drawback of like, well, it's a good job, but it's really effing expensive to live in New York City, or whatever it is. So you get a lot of my Leos get an offer, but you're not sure you want it. Some of you are selling apartments or doing, not selling apartments, renting, not just landlords though. It's like you're showing spaces. So realtors or even like interior designers, I see you doing that. And the thing is, you have something very valuable to offer, but this person, the one client or whoever you're dealing with, they're very picky. They're very agitated. I'll be honest, I heard the word bitchy. They're very like stuck up, and you're just like, oh, this motherfucker again. Oh, I'm not allowed to swear. Don't let me swear, guys. You're like exhausted. It's an exhaustive process working with this client. It will work out in the end, I think, for most of you. Knight of Cups is you will move forward, and it will make your heart happy. It will make your bank account happy, really, is what this says. There's streams of income from this, but it's almost like a fight to the finish. It's a fight to the end to almost prove your case. So you may even work in law or something like the legal field, or doing something with a court case or something. I think the results will be positive, but know in advance there's going to be some obstacles and challenges here. So it's like buckle in. It's going to be a bumpy ride. If you put the time and energy into this, but also respect yourself and your boundaries. Draw lines in the sand and don't overstep them or allow others to do that. You got the golden ticket. Like you will be the victor. That specifically involves apartments and spaces and properties and something about swimming pools too. I don't know what that is, but that looks good money-wise, but you have to be assertive and confident, Leo. Those are the 2 words coming to mind. Some of you are making tea, or you may start your own coffee shop, or you're toying with the idea of it, or you may be brought on to design a logo for like a line of coffee or tea, or some sort of I know this is so silly, but like hot beverages is sort of what I'm getting. I don't know if you're doing like the photography spread of it, or you're, again, graphic designing the logo, something about like coffee or tea. So it could even be something like bartending or a restaurateur or something of the sort. Again, I'm not saying that has to be your business, but you may indirectly be involved in it by, I don't know what it is, but that'll make sense if it's your message. Wheel of Fortune and Page of Swords. Yeah, so you're going to be getting positive news about that. If what I just said makes sense to any of you. Wheel of Fortune says there's positive communications coming in and there's probably good sums of money attached to it, okay? All right, new messages for Leo, money, career, finances, whatever wants to come through. Leo. Ooh, hello. Capricorn. Suave. I also think this came through in your love reading too. It's like, dress your best. Put your best foot forward, you know. Don't go to work or go meet your clients with your hair looking like it was done with an egg beater. Like, make sure you look the part. Fit the part. Act the role, right? Fake it till you make it. There's something about I don't mean this in a superficial way, but I know it may sound like that. You are selling yourself, whether you are selling hair dryers or coffee or, you know, whatever it is, you're selling yourself. You know, you have to put your personality and interject yourself into that sales deal, into that sales call, whatever it is. And so I just keep hearing you need to look the part. You need to dress the part. Even though some of you are very fearful because this is like your first big deal or your first major client, your first big break at something. Don't be naive that, oh, well, I'm new, so I have so much to learn. You're good. Like, universe has got you, boo. That's what I'm hearing, but you need to act confident even if you're shaking on the inside. And again, I'm seeing stuff with food and drink and beverage, hospitality. Interesting. One of my cousins has like a little bakery, and she's a Leo, so that hopefully that'll make sense to multiple Leos out there. You guys tend to be really good cooks and cuisiniers. Did I make that up? I'm just gonna go with that. Maybe you're speaking French, or maybe you're trying to speak French poorly, like me. Moving on. So there's good news coming from a Capricorn or from a very, I heard, savvy business deal. There was a lot of negotiation and I'm hearing squeaky elbow gets the grease. This is about tenacity. This is about not giving up, having a stick-to-itiveness, even when universe throws you obstacles and you're like, I don't know if I can do this. It's saying, you know what we think? You know what we know? We got this. Do you see how he's cocky here? He's a little devil, right? He's got a little ace up his sleeve that the client doesn't know about yet. Confidence, kill it with confidence. Your confidence will take you miles, not just in the spread, in general, Leo. Look, there you are. See, there's happiness at the end of this. Some of you are going to be seeing your best friend. You're going to be hanging out with your best friend. I'm kind of getting like girl time. Like, let's do each other's nails and, you know, do each other's hair. And I mean, I was going to say even for my male Leos, but, you know, sure, why not, you know? Especially if my male Leos consider themselves, just one of the girls. Like, yeah. Cool. Moving on. Yeah, time with the best friends. So some of you may be forming a business partnership with a best friend, or you may be working with a best friend on maybe a client of yours or a vendor. You may bump into them accidentally. More than likely, it's planned, though. It could be someone who you kind of interact with socially here and there, and you're like, oh my gosh, do you want to come through? And like, yeah. It's almost like you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. Like, they get to sell their jewelry at your store, and then you get to, you know what I mean? There's like a mutual, you promote each other's business or something like that, and you guys have a friendship and you have a history together, so why not? Yeah, you guys may even have a sexual history together. It could be an ex, and here's the thing, it would be an ex that you still are very warm with. You're very communicative. I don't necessarily know if it's going to rekindle, though I'll be honest, it might. Do you see how that's the exact same card? That message stands. So if it's not, just one of the girls like doing our hair and doing our nails, I don't know why I'm giving you that. Maybe you're opening a hair salon. It's also like a friend who you just have this, I heard the word repertoire. What is the word I'm looking for? Repartee? Why am I using dumb French that I don't even know what I'm saying? You have a nice little back and forth. You guys finish each other's sandwiches. You guys finish each other's sentences. You collaborate very well together, and you have very valuable ideas to offer the other person in their business because you both have a wide body of knowledge on something that it's exactly what the other person needs to hear or what they need to do. And like, I see a huge collaboration, even if it's not long term, where something very valuable is exchanged. Again, in equilibrium, there's reciprocity, and it helps. It helps you a lot. So don't shoot yourself in the foot. Shoot yourself in the foot by not entertaining that partnership, especially, I'm going to say, if this is with an ex, someone you dated, but you still you get along like brother and sister or family or whatever, go for it, right? You don't have to make it a sexual thing. You're like, but can we? Yeah, probably. Yeah, good news from a Capricorn. Some of you are going to work for like a talent agency or a modeling agency. That makes sense though, because so much of this has to do with your physical appearance. And I'm not trying to make it superficial here, but there is an element of you have to look the part. You have to dress the part. Maybe you're an actor, right? Maybe you're method acting and you're showing up in costume. That didn't work out too well for, who was it that was supposed to play Catwoman? You know, in Batman and Robin, Michelle Pfeiffer plays like the most epic Catwoman ever. She's so cool. It was, originally it was supposed to go to that girl, Sean. Is it Sean Young? She was the Einhorn in Ace Ventura. Anyway, she showed up to the Warner Brothers set in full-on Catwoman gear. They're like, oh, this woman's crazy. Can someone escort her out? I love that story. Anyway, why am I telling you this? I don't know. Maybe you're going to work for a movie studio. All right, moving on. Okay. Yeah, dress the part. This is like the 4th time I've seen it. Dress the part, acting, reading lines. Some of you are going to be big writers. Some of you are writing like sermons or like spiritually enlightening or enlifting things. You may have like an astrology channel on YouTube or doing something where you're giving like these motivational pep talks. You could even be working, especially with younger kids, you may be working with kids who are, I'm almost sort of getting like in rehab or wrong side of the tracks for, you know, a cheesy term, but essentially like people who need like a little extra love and support and encouragement. You may be offering people that, especially going into hospitals or nursing homes, or I'm not sure if you actually work in the medical field or that's just where you kind of do your thing. It could even be like, I don't know if they still do this, but when I was a kid, it's like every now and then they would, if you were in the hospital, they would have rounds of people come. It's like, oh, there's a comedian who's going to stop by your room, or there's, you know, a woman with a pet therapy dog who's going to come in, and like interacting with patients or people in rehabilitation, that kind of thing is coming through. Some of you are painting houses like you're professional painters, and it might be artistic, like, you know, canvas paintings, but I actually see you with like rolling, what do you call those? I'm hearing rolling pins, but rolling pins, baking, right? You know, for painting, like you're painting the entire house, or you're painting walls, or you're doing that professionally for a living. That might be something your spouse does as well, male or female. Some of you are going to be graphic designers. Some of you had an awkward encounter at Thanksgiving dinner or Christmas dinner, and you guys are still holding on to the grudge. This is such a random message. I don't know what this has to do with your career, but it's coming up. It's about holding a grudge. 4 of Pentacles. You had some argument or conversation with someone, and you're still thinking about it, and it's like it's almost like you're a tea kettle that's about to like pop. It's like you're simmering and like you just need to let it out. But the thing is, I think this is about letting it out in a cathartic way, like, you know, doing some kickboxing or doing some meditation or just, you know, screaming into your pillow. There's a lot of like, I am wanting to say like aggression and frustration. It's not like physical, like I want to punch this person. It's just like, I'm so incredibly frustrated and there's nothing I can do about it. I need to scream it out. That's okay. You're a Leo. Let it roar, right? Let it out and then move on. It's delaying it's like you're creatively constipated because there's something else taking up too much space in your mind. So this could be anything. This could be about your husband or the kids or the car or the person you don't like at work. It could be, I don't know, the dry cleaner who ruined your dress. Like it's something, I'm going to be honest, Leo, relatively insignificant in the grand scheme of your life. But right now it's like, again, I'm almost getting you're creatively constipated because it's like when you sit down to write your novel, you're just like, but that goddamn coworker, like you're really upset, and it's just like universe, like, can we let this go? Can we stop sitting on this grudge or whatever? And I don't even see you yelling at someone. I don't even know if it might not be someone you'll ever see again. It's just you felt like you got the short end of the stick or somebody did you wrong and you're all zesty and fired up about it. Let it go, because something about this is impacting your streams of income or your money, okay? Some of you are, again, I see you designing cakes. You might be designing fancy bakery cakes and cupcakes. You might be designing wedding cakes. You might be doing something, decorating food. What is the term for that? It's like, you might be photographing food, doing magazine spreads, something with food, organic food, vegetables. I don't know, some of you may end up taking up gardening or learning more about something about how to take care of your garden. What is this about? Queen of Pentacles. Some of you are thinking about a job opportunity that you didn't get. Some of you actually are going to get it. There was a miscommunication. Others of you, it's like cutting your losses and understanding, all right, I was really gunning for that one. And it's like, stick to it. I think I did the best I could. It's up to the universe now. You're right, it is. Some of you, you're going to be rewarded with something even better, but it's not going to show up for another month or two. Others of you, there was a miscommunication, like the person they brought on to fill that role actually dips out like 2 months later. So you may end up getting that job, but it doesn't come in the timeline you thought it would. Yeah, there's a stroke of good luck here. Something that I don't think you're anticipating. And again, you may be viewing it as a loss or oh man, I thought that was the one. It might still be, but it may come in a slightly different package than what you were thinking of. But there is money tied to it. With that little rabbit, I keep wanting to say there's good luck. There's a stroke of good luck. And I'm actually hearing Year of the Rabbit. Are any of you Year of the Rabbit in the Chinese zodiac? I know it's like every 12 years. I want to say Year of the Rabbit, I want to say is like 87. And then obviously every 12 years or whatever. I'm not positive. So again, fact check me. Someone will know that. There's Year of the Rabbit. So that may have to do with your boss or your chart, or something significant may come in that year. Or you may go back to something that you used to do in your, it could have been in your youth or a few years ago, and maybe you kind of, strayed away from it because life, circumstances. You may end up going back to it, and it may involve working with animals. Or again, fashion. I see a lot of fashion. I'm seeing boots and leopard skin tights, and I don't know, I'm seeing like kind of eccentric fashion. Wow, so you got 2 queens. So there you are, Queen of Wands, male and female Leos. Wands and Earth, again, fire and earth. There's a huge collaboration here, and it's split right down the middle. And this could be your best friend, too, if you're collaborating with something. The whole message of you guys add to each other's wealth of knowledge and bank account. There's a nice little tag team dynamic here. That's come up a few times in your spread. It may have to do with fashion, event planning, or again, even something with like, if it's not food and like organic products, it might be like vegetation, and I don't know if you're planting trees or doing something in nature, growing flowers, doing floral arrangements, earth type energy. And you see she has that huge bouquet of flowers that came through again. That came through earlier in your relationship reading, but you might be working with flowers. Maybe you're planning a wedding or something of the sort, or maybe you're embroidering flowers into the dress you're making, or I don't know what it is, but something to do with flowers is important here. And there's money and creativity there. Always a good idea for Leo to get involved in something where there's an element of creativity, certainly a huge element of fun, also lucrative, and you're going to be motivated and inspired to do it because you're seeing the return of that money. What the time and energy and fun you're investing in doing it, you're seeing in return, into your bank account. And again, that still stands for something that you think it was a miss, a swing and a miss, a loss, you didn't get it. Some of you, it's going to be replaced with something much better, especially collaboration. Or again, the person they brought on, it's like they were there for 2 weeks and like, by the way, I'm going on maternity leave. That could be the case too. Like some unexpected news, but it works out in your favor. It's very lucky, okay? We did see Wheel of Fortune at the bottom of your deck. Leo, let's pull you some oracle cards and we will wrap it up. Some of you are going to work for a Pisces, or you're going to, you may end up dating a Pisces or an Aries. For some of you, your father is an Aries or a Pisces or a Cusper. Some of you are going to be proposed to by an Aries. I don't know why I'm telling you this, I just am. Some of you have soulmate energy with a Taurus. And I'm actually seeing tea parties. Again, hot beverages. I'm literally seeing like mugs with steam coming out of them. And the thing is, like, it looks very like food porn, like it looks sexy. So I don't know if you're like a photographer and you're doing like commercials for, Nesquik hot cocoa or something like that. Like, I know I sound absolutely crazy when I give you these hits, but I may as well share them with you because it's confirmation for someone out there who's thinking about doing that. Or and again, some of you are writers, researching literary journals, literary articles. You may be writing a thesis of some kind. You may be doing like a final thesis to get your degree or your master's or graduate from something, and you have a whole book of experience. You're going to want to bring that with you on interviews because it shows your wealth of knowledge. It's almost like create a portfolio and bring that with you, or have it on hand so when someone asks to see it, you can be like, yes, well, let me show you what I did 3 months ago. And it's like, all your work is demonstrated right there. It's like, carry the book with you. I don't know why that's important, but it is. Some of you are writing a cookbook, or you're writing exercise manuals or instructions about exercises or equipment, or I don't know, something with like the athletic industry. Interesting. Lotus. I love this card. It's so pretty. Unfoldment. A lotus grows in the mud, through the mud, right? It starts way down at the bottom. It has to go through a lot of bullshit, right? It has to go through a lot of dirt, but it comes out the other side beautiful. You will be thriving, Leo. Mark my words. So raise your vibe. Keep it positive. The longer you stay in the soot, in the mud, and I mean energetically, mentally, holding on to things that just, they're not for your best and highest good, raise your vibe. You're going to see the return on that, okay? This feels like new love to me, too. I'm not even going to lie. You guys know Georgia O'Keeffe? She does the flower paintings. You know what those symbolize? You know what those symbolize. That's what I'm seeing there, too. So some of you may be engaging sexually with your person for the first time. Opening yourself up. You guys get my metaphor. Stop making it sexual, Leo. All right, let's give you one of these. Okay, a butterfly healing oracle card. You may be dating someone who's a writer or a journalist. Or working in magazine spreads and magazine layouts. I keep seeing that. All right. Butterfly card. Oh, I can't take that. There are like 4. Give me one. Retirement. Is that what you were expecting? That is not what I was expecting, but I'm going to show it to you anyway. Retirement. So some of you, if you're going, should I not? Well, there's your message. I'm going to pull another one because that clearly was not for everyone. In fact, I know my demographics. My sweet spot in demographics are age like 32 to like 48. That's my sweet spot. I have a few exteriors on sort of that end of things, but maybe you're going to be helping people plan their retirement. Maybe your parents are going through that, right? You know, think outside the box. That might be for some of you. All right, one more butterfly card for Leo. What is the best message? Oh, you got 2. New career. Good. We'll take it. I love that card. New career. Do it, Leo. Here's your sign. Here's your message. And then keep the faith. Absolutely. You might be going through the dark night of the soul. It will get better. That's what the Fool stands for. It's hitting reset. It's a fresh new start. So you don't need to bring anything with you from past cycles other than the lessons and the things you, of course, want to bring with you. But don't be afraid to let go of something okay and make room for something great. I think that's really important. This always says the universe has not forgotten you. And again, something about flowers, the smell of lilacs. Maybe you're doing scented candles or scented something. Aromatherapy, something like that. That would make sense for my Leos. Yeah, anyway, something about that is coming through. So, confirmations. You are stronger than you know. Well, you're goddamn right you are. All right, I need to stop swearing. Anyway, thanks for joining me, Leo. Please smash that like button, as we like to say. Like, subscribe, share with your friends if I connect well with your energy. Word of mouth for this channel is huge, so help me grow wherever you can. Thanks for joining me today, and I will see you in a week or so for more tarot messages. Bye, guys, and Happy New Year.